I'm very happy to be representing Dr. Suri Anwar, which I think is frankly one of the most horrendous travesties of justice of the 21st century. And you know, as you guys are witnessing today, I've traveled thousands of miles simply to see my client, and I'm being denied access, which is another travesty of justice. Anwar is a political prisoner. He's a prisoner of conscience, and I'm very honored to be representing him internationally. Well, I mean, I've always known of Dr. Suri Anwar's case for a number of years now. I talked with his lawyers, I've met his daughter, and you know, after really understanding what was happening with his case and knowing that human rights and international litigation is really my specialty, that encouraged me to take his case pro bono. Well, I'll mainly be representing him on the detention and on his current criminal case, or on any other cases that he wants me to represent him on. And all my representation is pro bono. This is not sort of something I'm doing for money. You know, I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do.
For these cases?
I plan to, yes. Just like I plan to see him today, but apparently that didn't work.
Have you applied to be able to represent him in court?
They have put in the paperwork, yes.
How long will you be based in Malaysia for this case?
Well, I'll be coming back and forth as long as it takes. You know, frankly, I think it's real travesty that Anwar has been in prison for as long as he has. Anyone that knows anything about rule of law or justice, I think, would agree that what has happened to Dr. Suri Anwar is really a political issue more than a legal issue. And, you know, people need to understand that what's happening to Anwar is not just an issue for Anwar, but it's an issue for the over 29 million people of Malaysia. It is a global issue, which, frankly, I intend to talk very globally about the way that Dr. Suri Anwar has been treated within the legal system. Well, I mean, Anwar didn't do it. That's how we plan on charging, and I think the evidence has overwhelmingly shown that Dr. Suri Anwar is innocent of sodomy. For instance, the alleged victim reported the sodomy to government officials 2 days before it even happened. There was DNA evidence supposedly found on the alleged victim's clothing that was other than the clothing that he was wearing during the time that he was saying he was sodomized. The alleged victim's statements have been extremely inconsistent from beginning to end. The DNA has been inconsistent from beginning to end. The DNA was tampered with by police officers within the government, and that was testified to in court, which we're happy to share all that documentation with you all, so you don't have to take my word for it. You can see it in black and white for yourself. One thing is that Anwar's statements and his version of what has happened, the truth from Anwar has always been consistent, and that's the thing about the truth, right? The truth stays the same and lies change. And I think we have found from the alleged victim that there has been this version of truth that has sort of ended up Anwar being a political prisoner and a prisoner of conscience, which is really the real motivation that I see with this case. It's not a legal case, it's a political case.
Have they stated why you cannot meet up with your client?
Well, that's why we're still sitting here waiting. I mean, apparently they're saying that no one is in charge that can give us the permission, but yet they knew we were coming, and as soon as we went to the window, they said we can't see him.
There were no reasons given for
But you do have an official letter saying that you are appointed as Anwar's counsel.
Yes.
Do you have your certificate of legal practice to appear in Malaysian courts?
What I'm doing is I'm under the other Malaysian lawyers that are practicing, that are representing Anwar. Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm part of the team of Malaysian lawyers who Dr. Suri Anwar is already having representing him.